William and Harry always had to comply with dozens of protocol rules, not to mention the body language etiquette of royals. But this very rare video reveals the secret language that said everything about the relationship just a few years ago. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and it will be great if you join us by just liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell. Let's get down to it. I had mentioned this clip when I did my analysis on that gesture that Harry keeps on doing, covering his belly with his hand. But it's much better if you watch the first part of the clip and this time focus on the body dynamics between the two brothers. Pay special attention on William's attitude towards Harry. This is the kind of clips that has very small clues that can easily go undetected, but when you spot them, they tell a whole story without words. The first signal is when they are about to go up the stairs to enter the venue of the event. You see that the attitude of each one is not the usual, so to speak. Harry has his solar plexus exposed in a rather confident posture. He's usually with his head down, but this time has a neutral angle. William is looking down and doing a pacifying gesture, touching his chin with his hand. He doesn't look very confident at that moment. Then someone signals that they can go up the stairs. And royal protocol obviously dictates that William should go first. But for some reason he reaches out and touches Harry's back and makes a signal that mimics the one made by the other person, like go on. What's funny is that you can see Harry's face of absolute confusion, as in, brother, this is not how it works, you have to go first. And William sort of realizes that, yeah, I have to go first, and then proceeds. I'm sorry, but I cannot help but find it fascinating that just 2 seconds and one apparent mistake reveal something very cute about their relationship as brothers. William forgetting the royal protocol means that Harry is, first and foremost, his little brother. And that's why he does that subtle gesture, touching his arm, almost reaching out to his back, and silently suggesting him to go first. By the way, it's really hard to spot, but Harry feels William's touch and in a very subtle manner moves his arm closer to him. He moves it like a couple centimeters, half an inch towards William. If Harry didn't want to be touched, he would move his arm away, or if he didn't care, he would just leave it in the same place. But there is a feedback, like he notices that pacifying gesture in William and keeps looking directly at him to see if he needs support. All this exchange is non-verbal, and that's the beauty of it. When William reaches the top of the stairs, the first thing he does right after greeting the first person is making a very subtle step back so Harry can immediately integrate to the group. I'm not gonna lie, if this was a body language course, this would be an advanced lesson because these are really small signals. Again, no single signal can tell you the whole story, just like a single word from a whole paragraph cannot give all the information. What's interesting here is that this interaction happened 1 month before Harry and Meghan got married. And that's why someone asks William the next question.
How does it feel to be his best man?
It feels great. I'm thrilled and delighted, obviously.
How did he answer?
Revenge is sweet, Rhiannon. Revenge is sweet. I'll be looking forward to it.
He's known for months.
This is another complex exchange between them, especially because, allegedly, but of course it's common sense too, William had been telling Harry that he should take things with Meghan a bit slower. So the topic of him, William, being Harry's best man at his wedding the next month, we can imagine that it was a delicate topic for them. And that's why I think William made that signature mouth gesture. That's part of his regular baseline. I still haven't fully figured out what's going on through his mind when he does that, But in this exact moment, he was trying to find the words to make sure Harry did not feel uncomfortable. First, he says, "It feels great, really delighted," but he knew that it was too stiff. He had to relax the tone a bit because there's a nonverbal clue that confirms that the topic of Harry marrying Meghan was sensitive. Watch Harry's face. He's tense, his head is a bit back, he doesn't blink, and he's staring directly at William. Now, those body language codes that Harry is showing are consistent when someone is waiting for the words of another person so they know how to react. That's why Harry is tense, waiting to hear William's answer. Again, because most probably the topic of the wedding has been sensitive for them. That's why William does, most probably unconsciously, one of the most universal signals of goodwill. That is short points or raises of the chin, raising the eyebrows at the same time. That's a very interesting body language code that, in fact, is a greeting style that works in a lot of countries. When you're walking down the street and you suddenly spot someone that you know, almost by instinct, you greet them, raising your chin and your eyebrows. Again, this is a sign of goodwill, or "I'm glad to see you." In this case, William is subconsciously using it so Harry relaxes. And that's why William is way more interested in facing Harry than facing the reporter who asked the question. This is something that you just cannot miss. The change of Harry's face from being a bit terrified to relaxing his face a couple seconds later to finally joking along with William, that's watching two brothers, nothing more. This is beyond their royal status, this is just plain simple human dynamics between two siblings. And William makes sure to emphasize that support by reaching out again, this time for Harry's arm, and not only touching, but really grabbing his arm. You can spot his thumb applying a bit of pressure. That's why they keep on walking, and just in case, William confirms that Harry's face is relaxed and smiling. I've seen quite a few of their interactions from other videos. But if you ask me to make a profile from only these gestures, I'd say that William is being very protective of Harry, really wants to look after him. But there's something else revealed in the third clip. Let's see if you can spot that.
Prince William, how about the name of the baby?
I'm working on that.
Touching is one of the most powerful connections between people, and that's why so many don't like when a stranger touches them, because it's a literal exchange of energy. And the fact that it's an exchange makes it so important to pay attention both to the touching gesture and the reaction from who's being touched. And that's something that your intuition is very good at picking up. If someone is uncomfortable, they will show it immediately. But here we see a good connection between them, because William reaches out to Harry a third time and Harry's reaction is grabbing his brother's elbow. And William doesn't simply take his hand off, but instead runs it along Harry's arm. That exchange, and they both being relaxed, is the best insight you can have of their relationship at that moment. Yes, there were differences between them, but this was the best example that even in moments where they had to go with royal protocol, their relationship as brothers could just shine through with very precise gestures. I'm going to be analyzing other moments of this event, where you can spot synchronized body language signals between them and a very unique speech by Harry, and in my opinion, one of his best. Will we ever see them again like this? Only time will tell. If you want to refine your observation skills, all you have to do is download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, and it will always be a pleasure, my body language buddies. Much love and bliss.